Hello, I'm Devin. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about a lot of analog productivity in our digitally driven world. And it's not lost on me how ironic it is that I'm communicating to you through YouTube about this stuff. I just feel like there's a touch of irony in that action. In this video, I wanted to share a bit of a reflection from using my Everbook on the different paper that I use. It's something that I've puzzled over. There's the structure of the Everbook. What's the right combination of bundles and folders and what are they for? I think everyone needs to figure that out if you're using an Everbook. But there's also the material of, I need paper to make this work. So what should I do? And I've tried a handful of different things over the past year and a half, and I wanted to share with you where I am on that. And maybe if you're just trying an Everbook, trying it for the first time or experimenting a little bit, maybe something that I share will be useful to you. So away we go. First, I'm going to talk about bundles. When I first started my Everbook, my bundles were made from a relatively heavy, I don't know what weight of paper this is, but it's a relatively heavy blank white paper. And I would just use this, label it whatever I want. This one actually, I wrote a label that I didn't end up, I don't know why I still have this, but it was fine, but it was boring. It was just really hard to get what, at a glance, which bundle is which. Which in my case, I really like to have some way of just like, I want to move quick. And so having everything being white wasn't good. So I asked my wife to dig into my kids' arts and crafts, and she got me construction paper. And I made a bunch of construction paper based bundle folders. And if you've watched my Getting Things Done in an Everbook course that I have on my YouTube channel, all of the bundles in that are made from construction paper, I'm pretty sure. One thing I tried, so this worked really well for a long time, except, sorry, I'm trying to get something out of the drawer. The one thing I did not like, the first thing I did not like was the paper was too flimsy. So I found for the bundles I used a lot, the little corners would start to get dog-eared and messed up. And then the spine would start to deteriorate and tear. Not to say that you're going to fix that with most other options, but with the construction paper, it just seemed like it started happening too easily. I will say I really liked the touch. It's a bit of a fabric-y touch to construction paper, but that wasn't good. So what did I do next? I actually took plastic file folders to attempt to do next. I thought these are rigid. They're a bit flexible. They are colorful. Maybe I can take these and make them into my bundle folders. And you know, maybe in the future there's a way to make this work. So what I did was I took a folder like this from my filing, and I just cut the, what size is that, 5.5 by 8.5 for a half letter sized bundle. And that was great for a while. I ran into two challenges using this for a bundle folder. One is these don't like to lay open. I'm just realizing this is a much flimsier plastic, so maybe it would. But the ones that I tried, they did not like laying open. And with my bundles, I need them to lay open on my desk as I'm working with them. Another one is these are not designed to be open all the way and closed again. Open and closed and open and closed. So my first one just broke, and it wasn't a little one. So with the construction paper, you get little tears, and then you can just put a piece of tape over the back, and it'll basically keep it together just fine. However, with this one, when the plastic starts to break, it's over. You can't. It's just really kind of ridiculous to try to tape that back together. So abandoned that. I also found sometimes I wasn't good at cutting it into a proper rectangle. Maybe you're better with scissors than I am. Not fun, not good for me. Something I might revisit in the future. So where did I go? I ended up I went on Amazon and I said, I just want some brightly colored cardstock paper. And I bought this. Now in hindsight, I should have paid more attention to how much paper I was buying, because it's a lot. If anyone's in the Twin Cities, Minnesota, and you need some super brightly colored bundle covers, like, come see me. Let's meet for coffee. I'll send you home with some of these, and you can use them in your Everbook. So, cardstock, what is this called? 65-pound cover. Size 8.5 by 11, so full letter size. That is the weight, and it's 320. I don't need 320. But that's what I've been using for my bundles in my Everbook now, and they've been great. They've been great. It's easy to fold them the way that I need to fold them. They are nice and durable. They definitely don't dog ear, and they don't tear as easily as the construction paper. And so, for now, that's what I'm doing. That's been good. If anything, I think I want to get some a pack of black ones for the ones that I don't need to be color coded. Cool. So that's the bundles, and then the folders. Follow. Basically, I stick with the white for just folders. In a folder going inside of a bundle. All right. Now, for the second half, I want to talk about the paper material that I've been using. To begin, I was using standard 8.5 by 11 copier paper. It's very light, very simple. I could use this, I could just fold it in half to make it into a folder, or just keep it as like a sheet that I'm writing on 4 pages of, or cut it in half to make it into smaller pieces. Also, when I started, I had a handful of notebooks just all over the place, like smaller ones that I never intended to use. And what I did is I tore the pages out of them. So this is roughly half letter size. I think this is from a Moleskine notebook. And I just tore the pages out. And then, in many cases, cut the spine so that they became individual sheets, just like this. And they have nice lines, and it's really convenient. I did that for a long time, probably something like 500 pages worth of that. It got me through. But eventually I started to run out, and I didn't like how they weren't standardized. Every notebook, the layout was different, so it'd just be a bit mixed up, and I didn't like that. So what did I do next? Next, actually this is something my wife helped me with, took the printer paper and we made a dot grid. Can you see that? You see that if I get real close? See the dots? Just like the dot grid in a Leuchtturm notebook or bullet journal that you're used to seeing. We'd actually print these at the library. Use all of our printing quota to print these out. And do you know what? This had been really great. I feel like getting the dot grid, standardized piece of paper, it really amplified my productivity. It was what I needed when I needed it. But here's the big challenge I ran into was it's a full-size sheet of paper, and my Everbook is the size for half of one of these. And so I had the habit of, oh man, if I can find it. Yeah, got to get something. Using this guy to slice the paper in half. And so about once a week, I'd have a little session, call it 15, 20 minutes of taking out a bunch of sheets of paper and chopping them in half, making sure the measurements are all correct. I don't do that anymore, simply because it was such a time suck. It was really nice to have that sheet of paper, but yeah, no thanks. So I still have a bunch of these. Maybe I'll chop them up. Can always go to the library and print more, but it's really that time investment every week, just the distraction that it was. Just didn't feel productive. I just wanted to get away from that. So today I hopped on Amazon and I said, I just need some blank white half letter size sheets of paper. What you got? And this is what I got. 500 sheets, all of them totally blank, no lines, I did experiment with using my at-home printer to print a dot grid on it. But one, my printer is broken. So it didn't work. And two, it had a really hard time dealing with the half letter size paper. So I've just been using it blank. Just like if you've seen my video on my bigger bound hardback notebook that I'm using this year, it's all the pages are blank. I just switched to blank pages. And do you know what? It's been fine. Honestly, it's been fine. It's almost like I'm actually having to up my game with my writing because I don't have the crutch of the dot grid. I don't have lines anymore. So I have to be mindful of keeping my stuff organized and laid out nicely. But for what I need for my Everbook, this has been great. And it's so good to have this stack of a ton of sheets. Now, I would be totally open to buying, if I could find this with double-sided dot grid paper that was relatively inexpensive, I'd be down to try that too. But this is what was available. I said, let's do it. And there we go. That's been great. So those are the materials I'm using now. For my bundles, I'm using the Cardstock. For the folders inside of those bundles, I'm just using standard printer paper. And for the sheets themselves, the loose leaf pages that I use every day for everything, I'm just using blank sheets of paper. Half letter sized blank white paper. It's been great. Maybe you picked up something in there that was useful. Good luck on your Everbook journey. I hope it helps you amplify your productivity, and have a great day. Peace.